Hi everyone, let me just see this. We are from an Institute for Culture of Making, and we want to today present to you a local center that we want to create. We are creating a center for makers, where makers are making, and we are making makers as well. And I would like to present to you how the center functions and what it does. The problem with Ljubljana is that it has very singular, the center of Ljubljana has very singular focus on tourism, which is quite flat, and we believe it's very important to introduce new knowledge and new program, especially through making. Making is a kind of activity that can support economy on a much larger scale, and MAMA is doing just that. To go into a more of a nitty-gritty design aspect of how this business model works. So the local center has a value proposition on one side for industrial partners who can give a managerial network, or let's say a delivery for products network. On the other side, we provide for them new ways of making things and products that they're already creating. On the other side, what we are actually proposing is combining three types of knowledge into an innovation of making. One is traditional knowledge, where you get material knowledge and back platform that they can actually work within. The other is vocational schools, where you get skilled experts and apprentice program back. On the university level, you get applied research that can be then developed into new types of innovation products, with the making knowledge that exists through other networks within the MAMA center. So through this we create new products that are, together with our local partners, produced and then exported globally or locally. This means that we are providing not just an economic model, but also a kind of new type of living in this area.
New values.
New values. So how is MAMA organized and connected to tourism? We do believe that tourism is a big part of the city, but we believe that the knowledge that it's embedded in making should be used also proactively through innovation and making products. So what we are proposing is two versions. One is a center hub, where you have all this knowledge and innovation connected to making possible, and the other one is a networked approach of smaller producers which are all around either city center or wider in the city. On one side, a pop-up organization where you can show certain parts of activities, and fixed organization for parts where you actually have more labor-intensive and bigger what are they? Bigger machines that you actually cannot move around. So from this you create products, either industry mass-produced, which is a bit outside, or a craft premium products which can be produced in the city core. All of this can be turned into a touristicization, let's say, that can be used all for locals or for external visitors. We are thinking about three types of engagement. One is see and buy, so you just see what is there and you buy what is there. See and learn, so you can actually involve yourself into workshops or a larger program to actually become a maker yourself. And see and order, which is a more bespoke and approach to it.
Touristic roads is just one example of...
Yeah, the touristic route is just one example of how this can be touristicized, or I don't know how to call it. But we believe it's the main point is in the making as such, and being viable as an economic driver for the city. And now just to go into a small detail, because I think it's important to really show what this means. So we did a case study on a shoe. So what do you actually need to actually create a shoe, and how can you bring some of that making into the city, and what does that mean? So you need a lot of different parts. Here are the three basic groups that we defined. One is the knowledge that you possess or you have, which is making a land, modeling patterns, design, seaming, pattern cutting, digital design, material quality, check, technology and engineering. And these are all kind of knowledge that is present within a shoemaker company, and it's a knowledge that you need to support and grow. Channels through which you do that is through seed fund and support by these bigger companies that benefit from you. Another one is apprentice programs and sales. Developing new innovations, so in terms of new patterns, new modeling, or new approaches to create shoes.
Zero-waste shoes.
And creating zero-waste shoes, exactly. Or on the other hand, let's say what types of materials and tools you need to do these kind of things. No? This is, and from that we went on to a final kind of an understanding how these kind of three pillars works. On one side is MAMA with its pop-up and fixed parts. Let's say a pop-up part will be doing a new assembly technique without waste, and research into new application of products. These two things are connected to Blue. Blue is a company who is producing, we didn't find a word for it, Notrajnik. It's a part of the shoe which is very specific, and they are producing ecological and...
Yes, they are the biggest producer for this part of the shoe, the ecological.
The inside part of the shoe.
Insole, yes.
Insole, that's how it's called. Oh, okay, there we go. So for them, let's say we can provide new assembly techniques for the shoe with these new insoles, or research of new application of this product, or let's say research into this material. This can be done through Department for Engineering in terms of application, let's say, or vocational school to understand that part. Actually, it's yeah. And Department for Textile to what is that? Workshop to actually create shoes and so on. So there is this kind of mix between the three pillars, and we believe that each of them has, we have a value proposition for each of them. Yeah, this is Mama, and we are Leonora, Marco, and Tomaž, and the other people left us. Thank you.